It's a Wrestling Classic, Justin here with THS Wrestling, and these are my top 5 favorite AEW pay-per-views. Number 5, Double or Nothing 2019. This was the inaugural pay-per-view for All Elite Wrestling, and it featured one of my favorite matches between Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes. This match told a great story and it was filled with a ton of emotion. This show also featured the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers. This feud would continue going on and would conclude at another pay-per-view that is on this list. Number 4. Double or Nothing 2020. This was the first pay-per-view of the pandemic era for All Elite Wrestling, and they still delivered us a very strong and solid show from top to bottom. It also featured one of the most rewatchable matches of all time with the Stadium Stampede between the Elite and the Inner Circle. Number 3. Double or Nothing 2021. It was the in-ring return of the Icon Sting as he teamed up with Darby Allin to take on Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, and we also got to get the second Stadium Stampede match, but this time around it was the Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle. Number 2. Revolution 2020. This was the last pay-per-view before the pandemic era, and it was stacked from top to bottom. We had great moments such as MJF getting a victory over Cody Rhodes and John Moxley becoming the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. It also featured one of the greatest tag matches of 2020 with the Young Bucks facing off against Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. Number 1, All Out 2021, and what an event it was. We got the debut of both Adam Cole and Bryan Daniels. We also got the in-ring return of CM Punk as he faced off against Darby Allin. This event alone changed the landscape of professional wrestling today. Those are my top 5 favorite AEW pay-per-views to date. Let me know what you guys think and comment below. Tell me if you agree or if you disagree. I'm Justin, the Wrestling Classic with THS Wrestling, and keep doing the thing.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to THS Wrestling Presents That Wrestling Show. We hope everybody had a good weekend. We hope everyone is still somehow awake after this awful daylight savings time nonsense. I'm so tired. I hate it. My name is John, and joining me is my good friend Neesin. Neesin, what's going on, man?
It feels so good to be back. Oh my God, how much I missed I missed all of you. Man, I miss talking about the boss, the blueprint, the standard, the GOAT, the queen of the cell, the DDT Mandalorian, the main event, Sasha Banks. But most importantly, I missed rambling in Pingo's ear.
I love the ramble. I love a good ramble. Who do we got in the chat here? We got Kat, Matthew, Ken. What's going on, everybody? Matthew says the daylight savings time didn't affect him for the first time in 14 years. That's crazy. The Royal Ramble with cheese.
I'm back, baby. I'm gonna get that. I may get a T-shirt that says that.
The Royal Ramble.
The Royal Ramble.
That's actually, I mean, Mike is quite the namer of things.
Well, Mike, we're just gonna have you create all our T-shirts. How about that, Mike?
Yo, Rat House Productions is in the chat.
Yo, what's up, Rat House?
Oh, that's right. Arizona doesn't change.
Oh, wow! Look at that.
Forgot about that.
Coming through with the geographic zingers.
There you go. So we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about Liv Morgan again. We're going to talk about Kevin Owens. We're going to talk about Full Gear. We're going to preview the whole card, say what we think is going to happen there. But we're starting out with it's that time of the year again. I remember
that time of the year again.
I remember the WWE had their quarterly call, and they went, "Yeah, we made a bunch of money, press. Okay, bye," and hung up, and then went down their list of names and started calling people, letting them know that they wish them well on their future endeavors. And holy moly, we got some. Yes,
it's WWE.
They hung up and said that. And the kids, some of the kids, very surprising releases we had. I'm going to go down the list.
Let's do it.
We have Nia Jax. We have Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux. Keith Lee, Eva Marie, Mia Yim, Ember Moon, the remaining members of Lucha House Party, Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado, Oni Lorcan, Frankie Monet, Harry Smith, and I believe Blake Christensen they also released. They released B-Fab as well of the Hit Row stable. And then we had a couple of other people that were released, and yeah, a lot of people.
NXT people that were released.
Well, like we got who else do we have? Jeet Rama, Jesse Kamea.
Jesse Kamea.
That one's a little. I feel like they put a lot of. They were at least it felt like they were putting a little bit of stock in her.
Flobo is very upset right now.
Zadaya Ramir, and who else? Caitlin Garcia and Katrina Cortez. So a lot of people. And you can tell as soon as I said we're going to talk about releases, the chat started going boom, 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 boom. So I guess Neeson, and I even said to you, I'm like, listen, I'm hearing it right now. We're going to get these releases. We got them technically a day earlier than we thought we would. How are you feeling about these releases? Are you surprised by anything anymore?
I am never surprised by anything. I think you hit me, and I was like, well, I can hear myself that.
Okay, is it through? It might be through me.
Yeah.
Turn me down on this one.
I was never surprised, by the way. I think you hit me and like some releases. I'm like, well, that seems about right, because I've already come to terms that WWE is a multimedia company and not a pro wrestling company. And once they felt they didn't have to fill that void that AEW was doing, they did a complete shift. I mean, Vince McMahon said it himself. Yes, we released talent and hopefully we could give them more. And you knew it was coming. And now with them cutting back on really look, they had a whole show plus pretty much half of the stars on Raw go overseas and still be able to put on shows on a Monday night for TV. They're becoming less and less of a quote unquote touring company and more of Disney. And so none of these surprises me. No releases actually surprise me, but I will say, like my man Ken just said in the chat, the B-Fab one really threw me off because that made Hit Row stand out as not only being authentic hip-hop stable, but you had a female in the crew. And it was just different. Like we always talk about females in stables, and it just felt different. It felt like when soon as they came on, they jumped off the page. I didn't need to see B-Fab wrestle if she wasn't going to wrestle as much. I didn't need to even hear her talk as much. It just felt different. And so for that to be cut, it was a very interesting choice. Nia Jax, I thought, was an interesting choice. And I know a lot of people, you know, flack and all, but look, Nia Jax, they put a lot of money into building that woman. So that was very interesting. Keith Lee didn't surprise me because it looked like he was swimming in water. Karrion Kross didn't surprise me because it looked like he was drowning as well with Keith Lee. Those were the only two. And Eva Marie, I feel like that was just a mutual agreement. I feel like it was like, we have nothing else for you. Let's just do, whatever. But that was the only ones that really, really like surprised me was the Nia Jax. And I think I'm always upset when they release any female because how you release Mia Yim, like I'm not even the biggest.
Ember Moon too. I mean,
that was the one. Ember Moon. That was the one that was like, really? like we could have got some bangers with Ember Moon, and I don't understand how that happened
I
at
feel
all.
like with Ember, I think the knee injury, I think it was the knee injury, right? I think that really
It was
messed
the
her up.
Achilles and knee injury.
Oh yeah. I mean, that messed up her momentum, I feel. And then I mean, she was on NXT, and then it almost, look, dude, it almost feels like if you weren't a 2.0 kid, you might as well just start packing your bags.
Hey, man.
Because that's the other side of it. It's they expect their 2.0, their NXT 2.0 kids to be ready for main roster in, I think it was 3 months, 4 months, something like that, right?
6 months. 6 months.
6 months. So they want that rotation happening. And I did see, I think you sent it to me, somebody on Reddit took the old IRS Erwin R. Shyster approach to it, the old business approach, and said, look, listen, they have people in NXT that they're paying far less money that should be ready soon, and they don't want to hang on to these other guys. And I get it. That makes sense as well on the other side of the coin. But I mean, whichever way you paint it, it sucks.
Absolutely.
It sucks because, you know, a lot of good people lost their jobs. Now there are places they can go, obviously. And if you want to see where THS thinks they go, there's an article up right now kind of predicting where they think people might go, that hashtagshow.com. Go check that out. But Neesin, is there anybody, like, we talk about it, like AEW has a big old roster right now. And it's kind of like who would you like to see go where? Is there anyone you're like, they need to get this person?
Look, the obvious is Tony Khan needs to get Keith Lee. If we talk about Tony Khan and just AEW really pushing a diverse group, and we talk about the potentials of Keith Lee. Keith Lee was supposed to main event a WrestleMania against Roman Reigns, like when you see them standing in a ring together, right? So there's no reason that Keith Lee can't come in and instantly be catapulted into that main event, be a viable option, and actually be a main event draw. So Keith Lee is instant at AEW. Also, I think instant at AEW is a Mia Yim over there as well to help spark that. I think her and Ember Moon are easy, or Athena, right? Are easy picks at AEW. Now, everybody else, I think Karrion Kross would do something incredible for MLW. I think MLW, as they get more momentum, more steam, I think Karrion Kross or Killer Kross and Scarlett, that package over at MLW will be fantastic. If we're talking about who goes to Impact out of that crew, I think, you know, if you want B-Fab, like I seen she put out a freestyle about that as well. I think B-Fab will be great at Impact, and she will be able to take a hip-hop gimmick over there and spark up that women's division along with the Iconics, or I'm sorry, the Inspiration. That's on the top of my head. If anybody else wants to, I think, and we talk about Nia Jax, I think she'll be great at anything she does. She was a supermodel before, a plus size supermodel before. I think she could be an incredible actor. Let's not forget the last time we seen her on TV, she got her arm broken and was screaming, rolling around, and it was pretty real to me. And also she had, oh, my butthole. That was a whole thing, guys. It was a thing.
But that was a whole thing.
But if anybody comes back, I think it'll be Nia Jax as well. I think we'll see her. So I think if you break it up like that, I think that's, to me personally, that's where we'll see them go. Blake Christensen, oh my God, yes. That was the one I understood because we talked about old school NXT. You mentioned it. My good old, close to my heart, black and gold NXT. It is nothing like it is before, and it is no indie darlings. They don't need to go after that group. They could literally make their own stars, and we're seeing that right in front of our faces.
And I mean, it also seems like with Blake, If you want to see an interview I did with him, it's over on Instagram, instagram.com/THS.wrestling. But with him, he's like, he could have fit in 2.0.
Yeah, but no, like if you look at and just stature and size wise and what they're really building over there, he can't. His girlfriend is definitely thriving in 2.0, and they're really painting her as the young darling over there. And so, but I think what they're really moving towards is more like, he's athletic and he's incredible, and we're fans of his for sure. But if you look at what they're trying to build, they're building all these guys that look alike and similar.
Yeah.
This is why Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly had that dark match to see if, hey, these contracts are coming up very soon. Are we going to offer them an extension, our main roster spot, or are we just going to let them go as well as we did at Adam Cole? Like, that's why they weren't getting released, right? Is because of these people. These contracts are coming up, so they already know what they have in Tommaso Ciampa, so they're not really concerned with that. But a Johnny Gargano and a Kyle O'Reilly, they had that match to see if, hey, are they going to be managers or are they going to be main event contenders?
I'm going to get to who I think should go where. But yeah, it's a tough call who AEW is signing, because if they were planning on getting, because it's like we had the ROH thing recently too. So you're going to have a lot of people's contracts coming up at the same time. At least the no compete clause for the WWE releases.
But ROH isn't going. They're just ROH is turned into GCW.
Yeah, basically that's what they'll turn into.
Yeah, which is fine. Like I think a lot the days of contracts, with all independents. I think now that we have AEW and WWE and MLW and NJPW and Impact and MLW, those are your contracts. Yeah. Everyone else does not need contracts, and the only company out of all of those that's not allowing you to work anywhere else is WWE. Yeah. So AEW does not have to sign these people, and I think they just don't have to. They don't have to invest in long term. But if they want to try them out for something, if Kyle O'Reilly leaves WWE, he's going to be a contract over there, because they're gonna do Red Fish.
Day one contract.
They're gonna do Red Fish. They're gonna do Undisputed. They have some. But if you're just a person like a Karrion Kross, you're not getting a contract, bro.
I would actually like to see Grand Metalik in AEW. I think he's severely underrated. Mascarada Dorada, if you will. I think it would be great to see him, even if it's just like a one-off, like we saw last week with Samurai de Sol and Aerostar, which was fun as hell, by the way. I loved that.
Till the end.
But yeah, I think he's someone that I'd love to see turn up somewhere. I think Ember Moon or Athena would be great in Impact, or she was in Impact, but in Impact or in AEW. Mia Yim, same with her. But yeah, I think Keith Lee is the that's, you got to go after him. I think
that's the money. That's money.
And if you just think about it, like Keith Lee was on his way and then he got sick.
And
then he came back, and then all of a sudden he was a problem. And I did that in air quotes because I don't believe that shit for a second. I've met Keith Lee. I've met him. I owed him $5 on PayPal, by the way. That was a great. Have I told you that story?
You have told me that story. Yeah.
Nicest dude ever. Deserves all the good things, and I would like all the good things for him to happen on a national level. I think that'd be great. I mean, this dude, he went one-on-one with Brock, and Brock was like, impressed. He got the fist bump from the greatest wrestler of our generation, and any generation, Roman Reigns. He almost beat Roman Reigns. We thought that was going to happen.
Yes. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. I just rewatched 2009 Survivor Series last night. That was the best build to a Survivor Series, and also the end that was the end of NXT. And that moment,
2019 or 9?
no, 19. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
19. I thought you said
19.
2009. I was like,
I meant 19. I meant 19. And understand that Keith Lee went from having the moment at Survivor Series, having the moment at the Rumble, winning both titles in NXT, and then coming up, shaving his hair, changing his music, and changing everything about him in a Thunderdome, and then lost. That mind-boggling.
doomed from the start.
Doomed from the start. But I don't see Keith Lee a part of me doesn't believe those rumors, meaning that I don't think people in the back actually believe that.
No, I don't for a second.
Yeah, I don't believe people in the back was like, oh well, he's a problem, and I believe that somebody that's not really close to the situation are making up stuff and trying to find a reason why they let him go. I just can't see that. I can't see that with Keith Lee.
Yeah. Well, I mean, best of luck to everyone that was released. I'm sure we'll be very excited when they turn up, wherever they turn up. It should be a lot of fun wherever they go. But we're going to move on. We talked about Liv Morgan last week. This week on Raw, there was a fatal five-way match to determine the number one contender for Becky's Raw Women's Championship. I watched the highlights. Looked pretty cool. Don't understand this Carmella mask thing. Feels feels weird. Feels like it shouldn't be a thing.
I would save the time of me ranting about you not watching the best sports and entertainment show on the planet, which is SmackDown, and how we got here. But we're here.
Anyway,
and it's a glitter mask. And
it matches the gear.
She's the most beautiful woman in the world, and she doesn't want to mess up her face.
All right.
You know,
I get it.
Man, that was one hell of a match, bro. That was one hell of a match.
And Liv comes out on top to the surprise of Becky. That was a great surprise face. And Liv's getting her title shot. Listen, I know we didn't put it up, but that picture of backstage of Seth and Becky is literally the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I absolutely love it.
That is parent goals for me. That is
so funny, dude.
That is the parent goals I want to have. I want to be able to dress like the cool parents and have my kids cringe like, oh God, mom and dad, why are you dressed like a Pepsi can and you're dressed like a Janet Jackson backup dancer? Because my kids are gonna know who Janet Jackson is. Okay, they're gonna know.
They should.
They better.
They absolutely should. So last week there was a lot of discourse in our chat about Liv not being championship material. I don't know if you saw that in the chat last week. That person seems to be absent.
Who said this?
It was I believe it might have been one of Justin's followers who came in.
Justin has toxic followers.
Wow. Oh my God. Are you drinking something that is green?
No.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I'm like, that is tripping me out right now. Anyway, so what do you think of comments like that? Liv is not championship material. I think there was also some in that same discussion, because I was trying to engage this person, be like, well, I don't know if you know this. Anybody can be a champion. They can make anybody a champion. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. it was unfortunate because that person, I think, was the first time, so they don't know the joke. I don't know if you know this, but someone had come in, for people that don't know the joke, someone had come into our chat at one point and it was like, well, they can make anybody champion. I think I literally lost my mind. I can't remember what it was.
Pinko
yeah,
literally did.
No
he was
shit.
literally the meme behind me.
So,
what do you mean they can make anybody champion?
I mean, what do you think about that? People are saying, or do you think Liv is championship material? And I mean, I was like, anybody can be champion, but of course, Liv is championship material.
You know how I feel. Liv is perfect. Liv is championship material. I don't think she's gonna win, but I think this is I think this is great for Liv. I think this is the thing that I know we're not talking about SmackDown in that women's division, but this is the thing I got upset about when I thought we were getting Sasha and Charlotte right off the bat. This is the thing that I love about them not going right back to Bianca and then going, and then have Becky chasing Bianca again. I think we're building an actual women's division. We have Bianca we have a top star, Bianca Belair, working with Doudrop. And then we have Becky, the man, big time Bex with Liv. And these are people that they all have their own fan bases and they're all rooting for it in their own ways. Liv is that chick. It just sucks that we had to see Ruby leave for us to get this Liv Morgan. But now it makes it okay. Like it makes it, if you're gonna split these people up, make it worth something. And now we're getting Liv, hot as ever. Like you heard that crowd? I don't know if you heard it, but that crowd went nuts.
Oh yeah,
like hot as ever.
Well, I mean, they also went nuts when she interrupted Becky last week too.
Yeah.
So it's like Liv is over, and I think one of the things that the person in chat was like, well, popularity doesn't equal a good wrestler, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry. That's exactly what a good professional wrestler is about. It's about popularity. Yeah. Newsflash. It's not about what you do in a ring. And I wish Justin was on this show, because me and Justin got into it on his show about him saying John Cena isn't a good worker. And I almost jumped through the screen and was like, what's a good worker, Justin? Huh? What's a good worker? You tell me. Tell me what a good worker is. Jonathan Gresham. Because a good worker gets over.
Yeah.
And what is Liv? Over.
Liv is for sure over.
She's a good worker. She is a great professional wrestler. That's what professional wrestling is about, guys. It's about evoking an emotion. It's about connecting with an audience. It is about what cool moves you do inside of a ring. Sorry.
Yeah. You mentioned somebody else. I mean, you're talking about Bianca Belair and her seemingly new feud with Doudrop, which I am on a wrestling level excited for. Yeah. Do we drop this Doudrop name now that Eva Marie's gone? It makes no sense. There's no connection to it. And she's a heel now, and I don't want a heel that's named Doudrop. Like, just be like, my name's Piper Niven,
bitch,
and I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. That's what she should say. And it'll be like, my name is Finley, and I like to fight. But it'll say, my name's Piper Niven, and I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. But they have to bleep it every time. She'll be over immediately.
She'll be over. She'll be over immediately. Yes.
Over, yes.
Yeah. No, I think so. I hope so. I pray. This is what it feels like it should lead to, but we don't know. I mean, they invested a lot of money in a Doudrop. Now she has her own shirts already, and she's doing the little spirit fingers. So who knows what we're gonna get with good old Dewey, but
Dewey.
Yeah,
Bianca Belair does not. Has she already called her Dewey?
And she has not, but
that needs to happen immediately. That needs to happen.
I think Becky should call her Dewey, talking to Bianca like, well, look, you and Dewey better win the Survivor Series. Like, she look, Esther and Dewey. Like, I just want to hear that. I love Becky. Becky's awesome.
Yeah, Becky's amazing.
Awesome.
Another turn of events on Monday Night Raw. We had a conflicted Kevin Owens throughout the night. He fights. He has a match against Seth Rollins that ends in a count-out victory for Seth Rollins because Big E was just, minding his own business. And he, I guess, tripped up KO or just was in KO's way because he didn't move. Regardless, KO loses his mind, beats the ever-loving crap out of Big E. And that is how we leave Monday Night Raw. So KO is a heel. Do we think this is KO's last run? There he is, beating him up. The honorary member. Just keep fighting for 3 more months was a thing that I saw on the internet. Just keep fighting for 3 more months, and then you can go join your friends.
What? I'm gonna put my Kanye West polo on, and Pingu, you are going to be Michael Myers in this situation, and I'm gonna say Kevin Owens does not care about black people. That's exactly what I'm gonna say. He didn't turn on a New Day, on Kofi, and on Woods, and now on Big E. On Big E, this is what you're gonna do, Kevin Owens? This is it. This is how we're gonna walk you out of the door and send you on a one-way ticket on the Jacksonville Express to go see that monument, that beautiful, beautiful monument over there called Mount Rushmore. Yes, it's over there in the Jacksonville Jaguars office. It's right there. It's a whole thing. This is how we're going to send you out? Well, if we got to send you out looking at the lights with some big, meaty men standing over you, with his singlet down, holding up the WWE Championship, by God, it's the best way to go. So, do I love it? Absolutely. Do I want to see Kevin Owens beat the shit out of Big E, but Big E fight from under and come out with the win? Absolutely. And we send KO out, and in return, we get a Kevin's fucking Steen.
Kill Steen kill. I mean, yeah, I also think this is his last hurrah with WWE. I think it's a good one though. I mean, getting a title match on the way out seems pretty good to me.
Guys, I'm just joking. Kevin Owens loves black people. Just joking.
I just wish he could just be like if he was. Could you imagine if he was still an honorary member of the New Day? Just like
Big
randomly, like that storyline never closed. He never turned on them. And he was like, all right, I got traded to Raw. I'll see you guys later.
I'm not going to be honest. If anybody deserves the Randy Orton treatment of giving him a title for a couple of weeks and losing it back, it's Kevin Owens.
I agree.
If anybody deserves, like I did want to see him have a tag run. I thought him and Finn doing a heel run would have been awesome.
That would have been cool.
But it does feel like this is his way out. I think he said it in a promo. Whether it's 3 weeks or 3 months, and it was one of those things where the internet, the internet, he knew the internet was going to react to it, and we did. And man, he has been a main event MVP player of WWE for the last 6 years he's been there. So since the first morning he showed up against John Cena, he was main event, and he's leaving out as money in main event. So yeah, man, he's done all he had, not headlined, but he had a WrestleMania event, a WrestleMania match with his best friend, a one-on-one match last year, and that will forever be the motion picture that's forever ingrained in history. So, man, that guy. Thank you, Kevin Owens. Thank you, and look forward to seeing Kevin Steen in AEW very soon.
And speaking of AEW, we're going to talk about Full Gear now.
Man, let's
I don't
get
think
into it.
it's necessary for us to run down the whole card.
Good, because I don't know it.
What I was going to ask you is, we'll just go over a couple of key points here. Do you think Britt Baker loses the AEW Women's World Championship to Ty Conti? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I just think it's nice to give one of their more popular women's competitors in Ty Conti a title match on a pay-per-view. I think that's great.
I think it's amazing.
And I think it'll be a good match too. Actually, you know what? This is a great point. We'll talk about Punk and Eddie Kingston right now. Is CM Punk a heel now? / is CM Punk John Cena when CM Punk was going up against John Cena?
Yes, and yes. When Eddie Kingston came out and cut that promo at John Cena, at John Cena, at CM Punk, and said nobody wants you here in the back and all those, I was like, this is interesting. This is new. It was one of those where Roman Reigns cut the promo on John Cena, the same promo John Cena cut on The Rock. It was like, oh, the big movie star. It's like, oh, this is great. This is really great. This buys me in. And this is probably the first time outside of Hangman and Kenny where I'm emotionally invested. Like, I actually feel a way. Like, I feel like AEW a lot. I'm just looking at these matches and I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. This is an interesting matchup. This is, okay. But like the passion that Eddie Kingston had, then he puts out the Players Tribune thing this morning. And
dude,
I'm really like, yo, like CM Punk could really get booed here, guys.
Well, I mean, the crazy thing about that in-ring confrontation was people were cheering stuff that Punk was saying. They were also cheering stuff that Eddie was saying. And then they were also booing things that they were saying as well.
Yeah.
So the crowd was very just like, and then the headbutt happened, and that was brilliant. It's always good to use a headbutt every now and then. But I'm pulling for Eddie. I love Eddie. We know that Eddie's my dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, ultimately, did you see the promo he put out? The promo package they put out this afternoon?
I didn't see it.
I retweeted it at JP Thrice on Twitter. Go find it. It's like a minute and a half, and it's like Eddie just like, you need to change, Punk, and if I beat you, I'll allow you to change. Dude, it was good stuff. Per usual from Eddie.
Do you think that Eddie Kingston will deliver Punk's first loss in AEW?
I think no. Ultimately, I don't. Do I want him to? Absolutely. I think that would just be the best. I don't think a loss to Eddie hurts Punk.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like a win for Eddie against Punk, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think a loss hurts Eddie either. I don't know. I'm torn on it. I know what I'd like to see, but if I don't see it, I'm not going to be upset about it. That's
fair.
Just me. What else do we have here? Do we think Miro beats Bryan Danielson? Speaking of first losses in AEW, do we think Miro redeems himself in the eyes of his savior?
This is good. This is one you can't call, right? Because if you're having the Redeemer, he's going to need to redeem himself. No, I don't think. I think Danielson comes up clean. I think two people, if you have long-term stories planned for two people, meaning Punk and Danielson, they can't lose because you care about ranking so much. You have Adam Cole you got Adam Cole that's undefeated. you got CM Punk, you got Bryan Danielson, and then you're gonna have Hangman. So you got all these people lining up.
Now, here's what I think. Do you think if Danielson wins, that pretty much locks Omega to retain? Or do you think there's no chance in hell that Kenny Omega retains the title?
Bro, if Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page does not win the AEW championship 2 years after trying to get to it again, what the hell is the point?
I think that would be the biggest misstep that they've ever had, besides the exploding cage or the exploding ring.
What the hell is the point? Like, no, he has to win. Like,
yeah,
he has to win because I get it, have Jericho win it the first time, and then you have to have, all the blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I understand it. It's his time.
Okay.
Cowboy shit is more over than anything. Besides Adam Cole.
I agree. Do you think we see any surprise appearances? There is no, as of right now, there's no battle royale or casino battle royale tournament. As of right now, there's nothing. We have the 8 matches and that's it. Nothing is scheduled for the buy-in or the pre-show, whatever they want to call it. So do you think that by some chance we get a surprise appearance? And chat, let me know what you guys think.
No, I don't think so. I think this should be their first show where they just concentrate on what they have. Like, they already have a lot. They're already building, they're trying to build to more of these shows. They're working on air, like, hey, like, let's concentrate on what we have and let's do what we do. I can't, like, because look, we still got the combination of Butch and Omega. It's all about the Butch.
Yes, the Budge. Oh, that match was great too. Him and
fantastic.
John Silver is a star too, guys.
John Silver. John Silver is my God, man. Give me more of him.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really would like to touch on. I think it's going to be Dan Lambert is the biggest debut we could possibly get. I agree. American Top Team coming at you.
Remember when Scorpio Sky was like,
nope,
that guy, and he was just over as Adam Cole was. Remember that?
No.
Remember that? Remember he like lost the shoe and everybody was like, "Oh my
God!" Lost his shoe and did a tope, and everybody loved it.
Remember that?
Everybody loved it. Chris, what's going on, man?
Remember when Cody Rhodes and Christopher Daniels? I asked them, and they're like, Scorpio Sky is like that guy. Remember that?
Yeah, he's the guy in American Top Team.
Yeah,
the greatest group of athletes.
Remember when Scorpio Sky was in a pretty dope tag team, and they went everywhere and said SCU, and this is the worst town they ever been in, and then he left that tag team just to go into another tag team with a guy that was in another company.
Who was in a tag team?
Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah. Woo! My God.
What a time.
My God.
All I gotta say. Wait, go back to that.
Oh, the John Cena picture?
I need that picture. I need that. What is that from Mid-South Wrestling?
Yeah. Southpaw
Brazilian. I need that picture. Please send me that picture. I'm
Chris,
gonna
do
that
your
is
thing.
Yeah, I need that. That is hilarious.
Your thing. All right. Well, I mean, I think we've covered some ground here. Hashtag of the week. We doing hashtag of the week?
Oh yeah.
You want to go first? Hashtag of the week?
Oh yeah, we doing it. All right. Do hashtag of the week. I had to go first. Oh, well, let's explain what first hashtag of the week. Hey guys, this is our segment where we like to say a hashtag and get you behind it. Maybe you could tweet us at it, you could put it in the chat, you could put it under the comments on the YouTube, on the Facebook, or even on the Twitch. This is that time, and things that we want to maybe vent about or cheer or champion, if you will, all those things. I will go first. My hashtag of the week this week is hashtag where the F is Tegan. Yes, on Raw, we have all these women and they talk about the women's division. You got Dana Brooke talking about she deserves this because she's been here. First of all, Dana Brooke, nobody deserves anything. It is earned. And quite possibly, I feel you just quite haven't earned a title shot yet. It is just get lost in the annals of time if you had it right now. No. But giving opportunity to earn something, I think Tegan Nox needs to have that opportunity. We look at SmackDown, the land of opportunity. Her former partner, Shotzi, is beefing against the boss, the blueprint, the standard, the GOAT, the queen of the cell, the main event, the DDT Mandalorian, Sasha Banks. We see her best friend, Toni Storm, over there getting vignettes in wrestling and actually trending for not being in the Survivor Series because she is a former women's UK champion. And, I'm sorry, Mae Young Classic winner. Remember that? Remember they used to do like wrestling tournaments? Anyway, Tegan Nox has not been on TV since she's went to Raw. You break up a tag team and you have a tag team division to just let this amazing talent go by the wayside. The shiniest wizard, like the bigger, faster, stronger, shinier. That is Tegan Nox. We've seen what she could do not only in NXT, but we just forget 2019 War Games. She damn near stole the show. I don't understand what's going on, but that is my where the F is Tegan. That is my hashtag of the week because I would like to know why she can't be on TV time next to Doudrop. That's what you're telling me? She can't be on TV time next to Doudrop? That's why this meme is here, right here. This is why. It's for where the hell is Tegan. And I digress.
Oh boy. Breaking news out of NXT. War Games returns December 5th. War Games.
Does anybody care that who in NXT do you want to see in War Games right now?
War Games. It better be just women's War Games.
Who right? In NXT do you want to see in War Games right now?
I want to see Wade Barrett in War Games by himself. That's it.
I want to see Io Shirai I want to see Io Shirai read her tweets in War Games because she just goes at everybody. Io Shirai is an amazing tweet follow, guys, because she'll literally retweet everybody. Bronze Train missed the stop. Did it?
I think mine's a little simpler. My hashtag of the week is it's cowboy shit, guys. It's time. It is time. The best storyline that AEW could have dreamed of. They have told to perfection. Even when the man was like, by the way, I'm having a kid. They were like, we got you. Don't worry about it. We're going to make this storyline great. Adam Page, we always questioned, at least in the first year, like, this is the guy. This is the guy that they're going to put the title on. They ended up not doing that. And then the storyline just kicked off from there. And we've been loving it ever since. And the payoff for this is going to be, we're going to have a cowboy champion doing cowboy shit all over the place. I'm very excited to see that. If it doesn't happen, it better be another great chapter in this story. But I think it's time that we get the Muppets of professional wrestling the Dark Order lifting that man over their heads in celebration with the AEW World Championship over his head. So cowboy shit is where we're at right now.
Hashtag cowboy shit. Hashtag where the F is Tegan. Guys,
I mean, that's a good one. Where is Tegan?
That is hopefully she's not with Kurgan. That is the only
with Kurgan. Oh no. What do you
that
think
is
he's
the
doing right
now?
Probably being in a movie with Bray Wyatt. Because that's what Bray's next project is.
Yeah,
apparently.
Bray.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We are out of here. Make sure you check out us on our various I pointed the right way this time.
You did.
Our little social medias there. You can find me there on Instagram, Twitter, and also Twitch. Neesin was doing some Twitch before this. I saw him on the Vanguard, which we got to get on. I know you're going to hop on right after this, but I got some business to take care of. So I
business
will not be jumping. Yes, Chris, I will see you in 2 weeks for PWG. I'm excited for that. But yeah, make sure you follow us on all those places. Make sure you check out Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, YouTube.com/that#show TV, Instagram.com/THS.wrestling, and Twitch.tv/that#show. But most importantly, guys, check out that#show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys next week.
You got it right, man. You got it right. Look at that.
I did.
Bye, Tegan. Yeah. Bye. We're